Bittorrent value equivalent to 0.257 rands a coin. The present cost range, bussnies 2485, bussnies 2646. The earlier day close, bussnies 2525. The change was 0,018.71%. Reverse rate, ZAR to BTT. Bittorrent cost expectation for August 2024. Initially cost at 0.3778 rands. Excessive costs 0.3778, while low costs month into 952. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.3421. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's ends 3174. Change for August 16%. Bittorrent figure for September 2024. Initially cost at 0.3174 rands. Excessive costs 0.394, while low costs 0.3174. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.3493. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's ends ASM 3682. Change for September 16%. Bittorrent cost expectation for October 2024. In the first place, cost at 0.3682 rands. Exorbitant costs 1.405, while low costs 0.3481. The found the middle value of cost 0.3728. Bittorrent cost gauge toward the month's ends 0.3743. Change for October 17%. Bittorrent gauge for November 2024. In the first place, cost at 0.3743 rands. Exorbitant costs 0.4646, while low costs 0.3743. The found the middle value of cost 2.4119. Bittorrent cost gauge toward the month's ends 0.4342. Change for November 16%. Bittorrent cost expectation for December 2024. Before all else, cost at 0.4342 rands. Excessive costs 0.4398, while low costs 0.3822. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.4168. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's end 0.4110. Change for December 5%. Bittorrent figure for January 2025. Before all else, cost at 0.4110 rands. Excessive costs 0.4154, while low costs 0.3610. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.3939. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's ends 0.3882. Change for January 5%. Bittorrent cost expectation for February 2025. Initially cost at 0.3882 rands. Excessive costs 0.3882, while low cost 0.3287. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.3646. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's ends 0.3534. Change for February 9%. Bittorrent figure for Walk 2025. Initially cost at 0.3534 rands. Excessive costs 0.3842, while low costs 0.334. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.3577. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's end 0.3591. Change for spring 16%. Bittorrent cost expectation for April 2025. At the outset, cost at 0.3591 rands. Excessive costs 0.3761, while low costs 0.3269. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.3534. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's ends 0.3515. Change for April 1%. Bittorrent estimate for May 2025. In the first place, cost at 0.3515 rands. Exorbitant costs 0.3990, while low costs 0.3468. The found the middle value of cost 0.3676. Bittorrent cost gauge toward the month's ends 0.3729. Change for May 1%. Bittorrent cost expectation for June 2025. At the outset, cost at 0.3729 rands. Excessive costs 0.4054, while low costs 0.3524. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.3774. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends 0.3789. Change for June 16%. Bittorrent conjecture for July 2025. At the outset, cost at 0.3789 rands. Excessive costs 0.43 while low costs 0.3764. The arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.3983. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends 0.4047. Change for July 8%. Bittorrent cost expectation for August 2025. At the outset, cost at 0.4047 rands. Excessive costs 2.524, while low costs 0.4047. The arrived at the midpoint of costs rank 24453. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends as in the 4695, change for August 16%. Bittorrent gauge for September 2025. To start with cost at 0.104695 rands. Exorbitant costs 1.4695, while low cost 1.3767. Found the middle value of cost 0.432. Bittorrent cost gauge toward the month's ends 4.51, change for September 13.7%. Bittorrent cost expectation for October 2025. To start with cost at 0.451 rands. Exorbitant costs within a 444, while low costs space in 3828. Found the middle value of cost on within 412. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's end 4116, change for October 16%. Bittorrent estimate for November 2025. First and foremost cost at 0.4116 rands. Exorbitant costs 4.4677, while low costs 0.465. Found the middle value of cost of 4.307. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's ends 4.371, change for November 62%. Bittorrent cost expectation for December 2025. First and foremost cost at 0.4371 rands. Exorbitant costs 0.44, while low costs 0.3824. Found the middle value of cost in 4177. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's ends 4112, change for December 59%. Bittorrent conjecture for January 2026. At the outset cost at 0.4112 rands. Excessive costs 4112, while low costs 354. Arrived at the midpoint of cost on 3893. Bittorrent cost conjecture toward the month's ends base in 36, change for January 74%. Bittorrent cost expectation for February 2026. To start with cost at 0.306 rands. Exorbitant costs 4724, while low costs 0.86. Found the middle value of cost 4188. Bittorrent cost estimate toward the month's ends 4415, change for February 16%. Bittorrent estimate for Walk 2026. To start with cost at 0.4415 rands. Exorbitant costs 4, while low costs 4172. Found the middle value of cost 4468. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's ends 4486, change for spring 16%. Bittorrent cost expectation for April 2026. Initially cost at 0.4486 rands. Excessive cost 0.4877, while low costs 1.4239. Arrived at the midpoint of costs 4.45. Bittorrent cost figure toward the month's ends 4558, change for April 16%. Bittorrent figure for May 2026. Before all else cost at 0.4558 rands. Excessive costs